The medieval fortifications of Rhodes Old Town are some of the most impressive that you can explore in the Mediterranean and are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can access both the battlements and also the dry moat. These amazing citadel defences were constructed in the 15th and 16th centuries to defend the town against invasion by the Ottoman Turks. The defences constructed were largely experimental and included novel designs aimed at repelling attack by cannon. Walking the battlements costs €3 with tickets bought from the Grand Master's Palace, but exploring the dry moat is free of charge. To complete both walks will take you between 90 and 120 minutes, and we'd recommend you start with the battlements after exploring the Grand Master's Palace. You enter the battlements via Cannon Gate, built in 1437 by Grand Master Jean de Lasty. And the emerging walkway is fairly narrow at 3 metres wide. It was never reinforced from its original design as it was protected by the nearby Dambois Gate. The wall then turns south and is wider here at 7 to 8 metres to accommodate cannon. You also quickly appreciate the scale and size of the dry moat. Looking to your left, you get an amazing view across the city and realise you're looking into the gardens of the town's inhabitants. Halfway along this stretch are the complex defences that make up the Bastion of St George. You quickly appreciate the scale of these defences and the complexity of the engineering that went into building them. And as the battlements veer round to the left, you reach the Tower of Spain. And from the tower you get a fantastic view across the dry moat and the terraplane of Spain that was used to accommodate cannon. Here there are some incredible views across the city towards the Grand Master's Palace, and you realise the size and scale of these fortifications and the area that they enclose. At the southwest corner is the Tower of the Virgin and the Bulwark of England, built in 1444. And at the southernmost tip of the citadel walls you reach the complex Bastion of St John, which was built over several phases starting in 1421, and sadly this is where you have to exit the battlements and descend down into the old town area. However, immediately under the staircase and built into the city walls is the wonderful Church of St John the Baptist, which still has some of the original frescoes painted on the walls. You can then follow the inside of the city walls all the way down to Acandia Gate, where you can exit the citadel and enter the dry moat area. Once in the dry moat there are very few exits, so be prepared to go all the way around or at least a quarter of the way. The dry moat itself is widely used for public recreation, and there is an open air theatre here. It is also used by cyclists, dog walkers and joggers. About a quarter of the way round there is a dark passageway that leads through the citadel walls and into the old town area itself. This is signed and will be easy to walk past. As you pass beneath the various gates to the city, you can see where the drawbridges would have been. In some sections of the walls you can see the repairs made after the sieges. Being within the moat gives you a really good view of the complexity of the construction of the defences. The dry moat area is also a haven for wildlife. Insects buzz around the flowers and birds come into the moat to roost.
and before long you recognise the area where you entered the battlements above. The route of the Dry Moat Walk takes you directly underneath the Grand Master's Palace and provides some spectacular views of the palace itself. And the route ends at the exit of the Dry Moat by the Mandraki Harbour area. Overall, this is a fantastic few hours walking, highly recommended, and if you're in Rhodes and you've got the time and you like your history, this is a must do.